Hello, it's JANG here with a look at the LEGO Speed Champions Chevrolet Camaro Drag Race set. Comes with both of these cars and everything that you see here. I'm going to start with the modern car, the 2016 Camaro here. First impressions, I think the nose is a bit too long. Other than that, I think it's really good for its scale. They've got a non-printed windscreen piece that works just fine. I really like the use of the roof piece on the side there to get that nice angle going down the door. They got the nice high rear wheel arches, or just the hips of it at the rear are quite high. The shaping of the window here, even though it's it's kind of pixelated, it's blocky there, I think is right. I think they kind of approximated the slope there nicely. Yeah, the front of it also for this scale is pretty good. Maybe it could have been a little bit shorter, but not too much. It's pretty good. The inlet underneath might be just a tiny bit too tall, but not a full plate, maybe like a half of a plate. So I'd say that 90% of this is done with just excellent completion and finish and accuracy. I just wish that the nose was just a little bit shorter. I feel like a half a stud, maybe a full stud even. It looks a little bit better proportion-wise from the side, but from some of the front quarter angles, not quite so much. The back, it's tough to get the spoiler area, the top of the deck lid. They went with a full width of a brick there with the studs on the side construction. I don't know a better way to do that. If I was designing this, I probably would have left it flat there, which would have not included the little bit of spoiler, which you can see, which kind of looks more proper from the front than if it had been left just completely flat. So all things considered, given what they're working with Lego parts in a 6 wide scale, I think this is done quite nicely. The cockpit area, driving compartment opens up, and there's not much to see in there. Steering wheel, do have a little bit of an angle to the back here. I wish that the blue didn't show through there, but it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's fine. And then this monster is a 1969 Z28 that has been modded up with a huge supercharger and intake scoops sticking out with a different style of hood with an extra. I believe that's supposed to represent an aftermarket hood. Maybe it's supposed to represent the original, just with a little bit of exaggeration to the center ridge there, but most of the body is supposed to be stock, so maybe that's supposed to be as well. Huge tires on the back though. Man, they gave this thing a crazy amount of forward rake. I wish they had done a little bit less than that. I get it, but I think that they went just a little bit overboard with that. Could have been left just a little bit lower. But beyond that, I mean, a lot of the styling here is once again pretty good. It's interesting what they did to avoid splitting up the black stripe at the front right here. This is, instead of using 2 of the traditional 1x3 by 1, is it? Round, curved pieces. This is a 2x3 by 1 curved piece. So that's kind of 2 older style pieces merged together into just one, so it could accommodate just one single sticker. I think that every single sticker on this set is necessary, or at least on this particular build right here is absolutely necessary. They kind of kept them to a minimum, to be honest, but I think it looks pretty good. A little bit squarish right here, but what else could they have done? I really don't know, with just the corners of the roof, the front corners there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. They've got hubcap pieces on there that are printed tiles. Those are 1x1 tiles in medium silver, and they've just got a bright silver print on them. And speaking of medium silver, these pieces are medium silver here, not gray. Got more of them for the running boards on the sides, and they used them for the rear bumper as well. Very cool. Makes for a nice parts pack that way. They also got the red interior in there. I appreciate that. That's good. It's nicely shaped up too. It's kind of deluxe. Nice tall headrest there. No console or anything, but that's fine. For the scale, it does its job. Pretty happy with this thing in general. If I were to mod this myself though, I would definitely lower the rear, but I do like the oversized tires. Now they do include something in the kit to allow you to do some modification to this without adding your own parts. You can take off the hood scoop, put this on instead. So I think what this is representing is switching to a twin screw supercharger, and then you could just imagine this being an installation of a root style supercharger. I mean, this is just showing kind of the intake up here, but I think that's basically what they're giving you, just two different options, which is really surprising that they would get to that level of technical detail. I think this looks better with the big scoop personally, especially with the exaggerated proportions, but this is a nice little option as well. This starting gate is set up pretty nicely, although I personally would have preferred a proper Christmas tree rather than this more racing style starting line, you know, more like regular road racing start, but this is probably something a little bit more familiar to folks who play racing games on the regular, not particularly drag racing games. But the nice thing that they did here was actually include a little bit of an action feature with the start itself. You just push down from the top and you go from red lights to green lights, just like that. So if you have 3 kids playing at the same time, then one can control the start and the other 2 can just be looking for the green and then just hit these from the back. These are the 3 minifigures included with the set. The 2 on the left have identical torsos, just different heads. It's nice that they included a female driver as an option there as well. Of course, you can swap things around and put either in whichever vehicle that you want. The guy on the right is just a general flagman. Let me show you the rest of the faces just so you can see that more clearly. And the 2 on the left also have prints on the back with a pretty nice large Camaro logo with a little bit of silver around the outside. Pretty nice. Last thing in the set is this trophy with a base and a stand to go with it. They just took and recolored a roller skate piece, a minifig roller skate piece, into pearl gold, stuck it on top of a stud, on top of a gold wine glass, and there you go. Pretty smart, actually. Oh yeah, as always with these Speed Champion sets, they also include an extra set of wheel inserts so you can change the style on your 2016 Camaro. So everything here is pretty good, I'd say. I do feel a strong desire to modify both cars just slightly to shorten the nose of the newer car and to lower the rear of the older car, but just as they are, they're pretty cool. Most of the shaping is really expertly done, and these are still very durable builds. I think the starting gate is nice. You know, it kind of looks good on display, but I really do think that for a drag race set, a Christmas tree would have been more appropriate. Let me know what you think about this set and its components. Share your thoughts in a comment down below, and I'll talk to you again very soon.